One of the big challenges that I hear about, and also for me, as I have been working with my business over the past 6 years or so, is one of the big challenges in business is growth and trying to continuously grow. And in order to grow, you have to find ways to differentiate. But in order to differentiate, you have to figure out how to innovate. And in order to innovate, you need diversity. Well, in order to ensure that there's diversity and to activate that diversity, you need inclusion. But in order to ensure that you are being inclusive, there's this idea of having an inclusive leader involved. Well, one of the misconceptions is, well, if I just have more diversity, my business will thrive. They say that if you have more diversity, it'll yield higher returns. Not really, because research shows that it's not just about having diverse people in the room. It's about what you do with those diverse people. It's about the leadership of those diverse people and how you lead those people. And are you really using what they bring to the table? That's how you're going to yield your highest return. Now, some of you may have even seen this graphic because it goes around, it's on the internet everywhere. But it's really, the reason why it is because it shows the difference between equality and equity really, really well. But let's look at the definition first. Equity gives each employee fair and equal access, opportunities, and advancement, regardless of their background. So this requires some companies to actively start to break down barriers. And it's different from equality, because equality is basically giving everybody the same thing. Equity is saying, I'm giving you what you need. So when you look at this picture, everyone on the left has one crate, even though the tall person doesn't necessarily need a crate to see over the fence. And the little person possibly needs another one, because even with one, still can't see over the fence. And it really doesn't harm the tall person to give the crate, because he can see already. So what's the problem with it? Is there an issue with it? You can see already. He's not losing anything by giving this shorter person the other crate. So equity says, let's give you what you need in order to see over the fence. If the goal is to see over the fence, let's make sure everyone has what they need to see over the fence. Now, there is still the issue of the fence itself. If you looked a little closer, why are they looking at a fence in the first place? And I know that that's something that just tends to be a justice issue. Socioeconomic problem possibly. If you're looking, you look at it closer, why are they standing on the outside of the game in the first place? But we're not going that deep right now. We're just talking about equity. So you have this diverse organization, right? You brought all of these people together. You've done the work of hiring great people. And you've decided that I want an equitable workplace. And I also have an inclusive leader. At least I think so. What do I need to do now to create this sense of belonging? Ensure that you give the leader the opportunity. Let them loose. Allow them to do the things they need to do in order to create this sense of belonging. So, what do inclusive leaders do? first thing is they engineer intentional opportunities for innovation and collaboration. So how do they do that? They interact with their teams. They figure out what do they like, what do they want, how do they think, what lights them up. And let's get them working with this group. Let's get Jane working with Peter because they seem to, make, their qualities complement one another. And I feel like they'll be able to make a really powerful team. And let's see how they work on this small project. And if it works well, then we'll put them on a bigger project together. So they know how to start to figure out that collaboration thing. And if it doesn't, then let's try something else. We don't keep people together that don't work well together. And then they know how to get people on board with change. They know that people are scared of change. You use that word change and people go running. Right? They can't. You use that word, they're like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose my job. Oh, no, this is the way we've always done it. No, I don't like it. You go find the people that are standing over by the water cooler talking bad about the new project, or the new boss, or the new whatever. They know how to go get those people on board. They also understand that you need those people. You need those people who may be the naysayers, because they're the ones that's gonna go and try to poke holes in the issue, the solution you just created. They're gonna make it better, because you may have had your team working on something for the longest time, and you think, I wonder what we missed. We all love it. Let me go find Steve. Steve hates this project. And Steve may come in there and say, but what about this? You know that, as soon as we show the field over in marketing, he's gonna da. You know what? I didn't even think about that. Thanks, Steve. That's how you get them on board, because you're gonna now make Steve feel like he's the greatest person on earth, because he just helped you make your solution that much better. They know how to bring those people on board. And now Steve's gonna go around saying he made it better. If it wasn't for me, it would have never worked. I mean, and that's okay, right? Because you got them on board. And then they know how to harness the team's diversity to meet the business needs. So they know how to bring all of that together, right? It's about understanding the personalities of each person and bringing them all together. They understand it. That's the point. So consider this one thing. Inclusive leaders should provide a safe space for everyone to show up to work as their fully authentic self. They are leading inclusive organizations, and inclusive leaders lead inclusive lives. So they shouldn't have to turn anything on or off when they walk through the door. They should already be that way. It's who they are.